The studio lights blazed down on the set of The View, where the audience buzzed with anticipation as Tom Cruise strode onto the stage, his trademark grin flashing under the spotlights. He was there to promote his latest blockbuster, a high-octane action flick that had already shattered box office records, but little did he know that co-host Joy Behar had an agenda of her own. As the cheers died down and the panel settled in, Whoopi Goldberg kicked things off with some light banter about Cruise's daredevil stunts, eliciting laughs from everyone. But then it was Behar's turn, and she leaned forward with a smirk, her eyes narrowing as she launched into what seemed like an innocent question about his dedication to filmmaking. Quickly, though, she pivoted, ambushing him with pointed jabs about his personal life, dredging up old rumors about his relationships and his affiliation with Scientology. The audience gasped as Behar pressed on, accusing him of dodging real issues and hiding behind his celebrity status. Cruise's smile faded, his jaw tightening as he listened, but he didn't interrupt at first, letting her build her case. Then, in a moment that would go viral, he leaned back, crossed his arms, and fired back with a calm but cutting response, dismantling her arguments one by one. He reminded her of the countless hours he'd spent advocating for mental health awareness, countering her insinuations with facts about his philanthropy and the positive impact of his work. Behar tried to interject, but Cruise wasn't having it. His voice rising just enough to command the room without shouting, he called out the hypocrisy in the media's obsession with his private beliefs while ignoring the real problems plaguing Hollywood, like inequality and exploitation. The other hosts shifted uncomfortably as the tension escalated, with Sunny Hostin trying to mediate, but Cruise was on the roll, exposing what he saw as Behar's biased questioning rooted in outdated stereotypes. The audience erupted in a mix of applause and murmurs, some cheering for Cruise's eloquence, others stunned by the raw confrontation. Behar, red-faced and flustered, attempted to pivot to a commercial break, but not before Cruise delivered a mic-drop line about respecting boundaries in interviews. As the segment wrapped, whispers spread through the studio that this was the most explosive moment in The View's history, leaving Hollywood abuzz with speculation about the fallout. Social media exploded immediately, with hashtags like #Cruise vs. Behar trending worldwide, fans dissecting every word and gesture. Critics praised Cruise for standing his ground, while Behar's supporters accused him of overreacting to tough journalism. Behind the scenes, producers scrambled to manage the PR nightmare, knowing this clip would dominate headlines for weeks. Cruise, ever the professional, shook hands with the panel off-air, but the damage was done. This ambush had backfired spectacularly, turning what could have been a promotional win into a legendary takedown that redefined celebrity interviews. In the aftermath of the heated exchange, Tom Cruise's composed demolition of Joy Behar's ambush became the talk of every late-night show and entertainment blog, with pundits analyzing how he turned the tables so masterfully. Behar had started strong, quoting old articles about Cruise's divorces and implying his charm was a facade for deeper issues, but he countered by highlighting her own controversial statements over the years, flipping the script to question media accountability. The audience, initially silent in shock, began to applaud as Cruise spoke passionately about privacy rights for public figures, arguing that personal attacks distract from meaningful discussions. Behar, known for her sharp tongue, tried to laugh it off, but her quips fell flat against Cruise's unwavering intensity. He delved into the science behind his beliefs, educating the panel on misconceptions about Scientology without proselytizing, which caught everyone off guard. Alyssa Farah Griffin nodded along, seeming impressed, while Ina Navarro attempted to steer the conversation back to lighter topics, but the momentum was with Cruise. He accused Behar of ambushing him to boost ratings, pointing out how such tactics erode trust in journalism. The studio erupted again as he wrapped up his rebuttal with a call for more respectful dialogue in media, leaving Behar stammering for a response. Off-camera, sources leaked that Behar was furious, feeling blindsided by Cruise's preparedness, while his team celebrated the viral moment as a PR coup. Hollywood insiders whispered about potential boycotts or apologies, with stars like Oprah and Ellen weighing in on social media, some siding with Cruise's defensive boundaries. The View's ratings skyrocketed, but at what cost? Behar later addressed the incident on her podcast, downplaying it as spirited debate, yet clips showed her discomfort. Cruz, meanwhile, continued his press tour unfazed, using the buzz to amplify his film's message of resilience. Analysts predicted this clash would influence future celebrity appearances, with hosts treading more carefully around sensitive topics. Fans created memes of Cruz's stern gaze and Behar's wide-eyed reaction, turning the moment into internet gold. The explosive ambush, meant to stun Hollywood, instead showcased Cruz's rhetorical prowess, solidifying his status as an unshakable icon. As days passed, more details emerged. Cruz had anticipated tough questions but not the personal venom, preparing facts that left Behar exposed. The incident sparked broader conversations about ethics in talk shows, with experts debating the line between inquiry and invasion. Ultimately, this live destruction not only stunned the industry but also reminded everyone of Cruz's formidable presence both on and off screen. Diving deeper into the dynamics of that fateful episode, Tom Cruise's strategic dismantling of Joy Behar's aggressive line of questioning revealed layers of preparation and poise that few celebrities possess. Behar had come armed with a dossier of past controversies, from Cruise's infamous Oprah couch jumping to his public feuds with Brooke Shields over psychiatry, intending to corner him live. But Cruise, sensing the trap, responded with measured facts, citing scientific studies and personal anecdotes that humanized his stance without defensiveness. The panel watched in awe as he pivoted the discussion to broader societal issues, like the stigma around alternative beliefs, effectively neutralizing Behar's barbs. Sarah Haynes tried to inject humor, but the gravity of the moment overshadowed it, with the audience hanging on every word. Behar pressed harder, accusing him of elitism, but Cruz shot back by highlighting his grassroots efforts in education and disaster relief, exposing her attack as superficial. The exchange peaked when Cruz directly addressed Behar, saying her ambush crossed ethical lines, a statement that resonated deeply with viewers tired of sensationalism. Post-show, Hollywood was abuzz. Agents advised clients on handling similar situations, while Behar's colleagues reportedly urged her to reflect on her approach. Social media dissected body language, Cruz's steady eye contact versus Behar's fidgeting, fueling debates on who won the confrontation. Late-night hosts like Jimmy Fallon parodied the scene, amplifying its cultural impact. Cruz's team released a statement emphasizing respect, subtly shading the view's tactics. Behar, in turn, doubled down in interviews, claiming it was just tough love, but polls showed public sympathy leaning toward Cruz. The incident highlighted tensions between celebrities and media, with Cruz emerging as a defender of personal integrity. As clips circulated, fans noted how Cruz avoided yelling, instead using intellect to destroy Behar's narrative, a masterclass in composure. Industry insiders speculated on repercussions. Would Cruz blacklist The View? Would Behar issue an apology? The ambush, designed to expose Cruz, instead revealed Behar's overreach, stunning Hollywood with its reversal. Weeks later, the buzz persisted, with documentaries in the works about iconic TV clashes. Cruz's performance inspired motivational speeches, while Behar faced backlash from free speech advocates. This live takedown not only captivated audiences but also sparked a re-evaluation of interview norms, proving that sometimes, the ambushed becomes the ambusher through sheer force of will and wit. Reflecting on the ripple effects, Tom Cruise's live evisceration of Joy Behar on The View sent shockwaves through the entertainment world, prompting soul-searching among talk show hosts about the perils of ambush journalism. Behar's strategy backfired when she delved into Cruise's family life, questioning his parenting amid Scientology ties, but he refuted her with emotional yet factual retorts, sharing how his beliefs strengthened his bonds. The audience's applause grew louder as Cruz challenged Behar to examine her own biases, turning the spotlight on her past inflammatory comments. Whoopi attempted to de-escalate, but the verbal sparring continued, with Cruz labeling the ambush as desperate clickbait. Behar, cornered, resorted to deflection, but Cruz's eloquence won the day, leaving her arguments in tatters. Backstage rumors swirled of heated words exchanged post-segment, with producers intervening to prevent escalation. Hollywood reacted swiftly. A-listers praised Cruz's handling, while critics lambasted The View for stooping to tabloid tactics. Social platforms overflowed with support for Cruz, memes capturing his triumphant expressions. Behar's reputation took a hit, with calls for her to step back from controversial topics. Cruz capitalized on the momentum, incorporating the theme of resilience into his film's marketing. Analysts noted a dip in The View's advertiser confidence, fearing similar blow-ups. The incident became a case study in media training, with Cruz's responses dissected in workshops. Fans organized watch parties of the clip, debating every nuance. Behar later reflected in a column, admitting the exchange got heated but defending her role as provocateur. Cruz, gracious in victory, extended an olive branch via interviews, stressing mutual respect. The stunning ambush evolved into a cultural phenomenon, influencing how celebrities navigate public scrutiny. As time passed, the event faded from headlines but left a lasting imprint on broadcast etiquette. Cruz's destruction of Behar's narrative exemplified the power of prepared rebuttal, stunning Hollywood with its effectiveness. Supporters rallied around both figures, highlighting polarized views on celebrity accountability. Ultimately, this live clash underscored the fine line between entertainment and exploitation, forever altering the landscape of daytime TV confrontations. Exploring the psychological undercurrents of the confrontation, Tom Cruise's methodical takedown of Joy Behar revealed a battle of wills where intellect trumped aggression, leaving the audience and Hollywood in stunned silence. Behar's ambush intensified when she mocked Cruise's stunt work as reckless escapism, but he countered by explaining the discipline and safety protocols involved, drawing parallels to her own career risks. The panel dynamics shifted as Cruz invited other hosts to chime in, isolating Behar's stance as outlier. Her attempts to rally support failed, with co-hosts offering neutral comments, amplifying Cruz's dominance. He then pivoted to critique the media's role in perpetuating myths, using Behar's questions as Exhibit A, which elicited nods from viewers at home. The explosive moment came when Cruz declared her line crossing unacceptable, a phrase that became instantly quotable. Post-broadcast, therapy sessions for stressed producers were joked about, but the real therapy was in the public discourse it sparked. Hollywood buzzed with solidarity messages for Cruz, while Behar faced online trolls. Viral analyses broke down the rhetoric, praising Cruz's use of ethos and logos. Behar's team worked overtime on damage control, releasing clips edited to show her in better light. Cruz's film saw a ticket surge, proving no publicity is bad. Experts weighed in on power dynamics in interviews, citing this as a turning point. Fans created fan fiction extensions of the argument, imagining alternate endings. Behar addressed it on air the next day, lightening the tone, but the sting lingered. Cruz's grace under fire inspired biographies in progress. The ambush's stun factor lay in its unpredictability, transforming a routine appearance into legend. As reflections poured in, the incident highlighted resilience against adversity. Hollywood's elite discussed similar experiences, fostering a dialogue on boundaries. This destruction not only captivated but educated, reminding all of the human element in stardom. In the grand tapestry of celebrity lore, Tom Cruise's live annihilation of Joy Behar's ambush on The View stands as a monumental chapter, stunning Hollywood and redefining confrontation in media. Behar's final push involved insinuating Cruise's success stemmed from controversy, but he dismantled it by listing accolades earned through talent alone. The audience's ovation sealed his victory, with Behar conceding the point amid the noise. Wrap-up attempts by moderators felt anticlimactic after such intensity. Off-air, apologies were murmured, but the clip's virality ensured eternal life. Hollywood pondered the ethics, with unions advocating for interview guidelines. Social media metrics soared, benefiting both parties inadvertently. Behar's resilience shone in subsequent shows, turning lemons into lemonade. Cruise's poise became aspirational, influencing young actors. The event's legacy includes increased viewer engagement with thoughtful content. Analysts predicted a shift toward balanced discussions. Fans memorialized it in art and podcasts. Behar reflected philosophically, growth evident. Cruz moved forward, legacy enhanced. The explosive ambush, meant to destroy, built instead a testament to unintended consequences. This stunning episode encapsulated drama's allure, forever etched in entertainment history.